ومعانا His Grace سيدنا أنبا كيرلس. سلام سيدنا.
Salam, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you سيدنا. Congratulations, it was a very beautiful celebration today.
Yes, it's our pleasure every year, more and more blessing and more place for us to enjoy.
سيدنا, it's very important to give advice for those graduates today.
Yes, we give the advice for the graduates that they continue and grow in the grace, as His Eminence Metropolitan Serapin mentioned, that they continue in their studies, they continue in their prayer, they continue in their service. And every time we receive a blessing from God. It is for us, we rejoice, but also we know there's work ahead. So as the disciples, when they received the Holy Spirit, He said, okay, go preach. And now they receive a certificate. The certificate means now you have work to do. So they go to their churches, they go some to different types of services in the diocese, maybe even services outside. Some of them, they will come here and they will help to serve the professors. And other people, they will go and study more. I was talking to a couple of them now. They will try to do their PhDs. So we help them to see the next level, so in the future they can also be teaching here at X.
So you keep following with them
Yeah.
after the graduation?
Exactly, as much as I can. And usually even before the graduation, we know the ones that love studying and the ones they're at the top. They do more and more. So from this class, a couple of them, we we catch them and we follow with them. Okay, where are you going to study? How can we have, even if they need scholarships, we try to find them scholarships, or we communicate with the university and tell them we have the student, we want them to study more. So.
Okay, great. So what kind of studies they will do after they graduate?
So a couple of them will, it's a PhD program, so some of them will study in the Bible, New Testament or Old Testament. Other one will study dogmatics or theology. One will study in ecumenical, like how to deal with the churches, the history of how we deal with the other churches, and what's the future. So it will not only help us here in Acts, but will help the church. Like sometimes I go every year with the Catholic, and we have we talk about our differences. So say, for example, the Holy Virgin Mary, or we talk about original sin, or we talk about the sacraments. So we prepare a lot of papers, a lot of study. And I always tell them sometimes we need a lot of help. There's a lot of subjects, and it needs some study. So some of those students and the PhD program, they will help us to prepare like a response, so that we everything the church present is at a very good level. And we need it not just for the one dialogue, but also whenever we're with other churches, or sometimes we have a question in the liturgy. We say, what does this mean? So one of them can prepare, and we study it with them, and it will help the church. Now we don't have that. Everyone says whatever they want. And we try to find answers to the challenges. Like say Abuna Arsenius we have here for the liturgy. If you have any question of the liturgy, he go and he study, and he of course very knowledgeable. He looks in the different books. We have a question in the Coptic language. We can ask Henny Tekla or we have a question in the Bible. Where did this verse come from? So we can ask. So we want this for any of the questions we have in the church, big questions, and for the future.
Yeah. That's great. You're building the seeds, or you're
Yes.
the seeds right now. That's great. Sayyidina Arfa, there is lots of activities you do at the school, not just the school and the graduation. Also, there is like visits and traveling. So can you tell me about the coming activity?
The coming activity we have. For example, I know next week we have His Holiness Pope Tewodros will visit Pope Francis, and so I will be in the delegation to also, we represent some things for the school as well as the dialogue. After that, we have from the school, we'll take our study abroad. We'll be in Jerusalem, and so we have 80 people coming. We will go, and it's like a course. So they will have a study while they are in Jerusalem. And then after that, we have the visit for the Holy Synod in Egypt. So we will go also for the Synod and meet.
اللي هي العائلة المقدسة.
No, for the المجمع المقدس.
المجمع المقدس.
And then after that, we will come back here. We have a few weeks work, and then we'll go again to Egypt for we will sign memorandum of understanding with Saint Didymus. So Baba Twadros and Anba Serapion will be there, so we will go to see the arrangement for the hymns. We will have a hymns program here like Didymus, Saint Didymus in Egypt, and we hope to have how we have Ma'alamin from here to study and grow. So this will be something new. Nowhere outside of Egypt is not like this. So we will,
You're always busy يا سيدنا.
we don't like to sleep that much.
No, seriously, ربنا يعني يديكم القوة. Thank you so much for always welcoming us في السكول.
Place. This is your place, and I know everyone wants to come. We can't fit everyone, so you help everyone to see what we're doing. So we need to get you an office here.
Thank you. بركة كبيرة لينا يا سيدنا. I need like a word of wisdom for all the viewers and everyone wants to start studying بس مش متأكدين أو مش عارفين يبتدوا إزاي.
Sure. So the first thing that you pray, and the second thing you look at the program that we have. We have some large programs and we have a small program. One is 4 courses. So if you pray and your Father Confession give you the green light, then you do the application, and then we see what are the 4 courses. And the 4 courses, you can do it in 6 months. So you see, okay, do I have enough time to do this? And it will help my service. Say if you're teaching in Sunday school or have a service in the church, and we can see what's the best program. After the 4 classes, we consider say maybe it needs more time, and we see what's the next step. And you can do another certificate, 4 classes, or we do the rest, which is 12 courses. And many of the people, they said we wanted to start with a little, and we ended up we took everything.
Sometimes we don't know if we're qualified or not. So how I know, or do you guide me if I am not qualified or qualified?
So anyone who graduated from here in college, they're qualified. If I graduated from Egypt and say I'm working here, then we come and apply. We see, okay, what's missing? Sometimes they will ask you to do like the IELTS, or they do an exam sometimes. But if you did a master's program, if you're working here, and you may not need to do that. This is the hardest thing, the exam for the English. They do it first. And then they take the class for introduction. Many of the people they found, no, they're very good at it. It's very easy. They can manage. We have students in Egypt that they took the exam and they... TOEFL or IELTS, and they come and take classes there. We have some of the best students from Egypt. So it's not just here. But it's hard for them to come. Abuna Arsenius, he was going to come for the graduation, but he couldn't come. They had a problem in the airport. He couldn't come for the graduation. He was going to be the first one to come from Egypt for the graduation.
المشكلة في الأيربورت.
Vaccine. He had that
vaccine.
vaccine. They gave him a hard time. But in general, we have a lot of monks in Egypt taking the classes, and we have excellent. But some people, if they ask you to take TOEFL or IELTS, like I would say, encourage them to take it, and they will enjoy the class.
Too difficult, بس يعني you can do it. Yeah. So it's a great إن أنتوا بتشجعوا everyone يا سيدنا.
Yes, and we benefit from the student that we have very good students. Yeah. So if you're a good servant, come and enjoy. We'll benefit.
إن يعني يبقى توعية أكتر ويعني enlightening you أكتر.
Exactly. And they encourage us, and we encourage them. So it's good. That's the church. Yeah.
Yes, وإن أنت تكون among يعني سيدنا وأبونا وناس servants. It's amazing يعني.
Yeah, and they benefit from each other. Yeah.
Yes. Also يعني we would like كل parents إنهم يشجعوا أبنائهم يا سيدنا يشجعوهم.
Yes, they see, okay, if they finish in college, or if they're even in the middle of college, we talk to them. We have campus, UCI is 5 minutes. Yeah. So sometimes I go to them. Last month I was in one of the other schools. I told them, why don't they take classes? About 5-6 of them, they said, okay, we're going to take classes. So it just needs someone to tell them why not to do this. They think about it a little, and then they, so...
تبقى very يعني great blessing و thank you سيدنا جدا ونشوفك إن شاء الله. عايزة كلمة الأنبا سرابيا، مش هو قال لك كلمة أنت كمان قول له كلمة.
For him, for
Yes,
Sayyidina,
Sayyidina.
we're under his feet. Sayyidina, all of the blessing I say because he's praying for us, he's giving us good direction, so we always need his blessing. One of the staff, they said, we need you more in the staff meeting. So I know Sayyidina is very busy, but just don't forget, when he has some time, he come and just do the sign of the cross, and we grow. Yes, yes, we're blessed.
Thank you, Sayyidina. صلي لنا, Sayyidina. Thank
God
you.
bless you.